Huge disappointment. Coalition slammed for voting against the Misinformation Bill. The recent decision by the coalition to vote against the Misinformation Bill has sparked significant disappointment among advocates for internet safety and free speech. The bill, aimed at curbing misinformation and disinformation online, has been met with skepticism from several key figures, including Labour MP Fatima Payman. Critics argue that the bill poses a threat to freedom of speech, a fundamental tenet of democracy. Payman, a prominent advocate for free expression, has voiced her concerns about government overreach, suggesting that the bill could lead to excessive censorship. Freedom of speech is a pillar of our democracy, she stated, emphasizing that while misinformation is a pressing issue, this legislation is not the solution. The fear is that government-defined truths could stifle legitimate discourse, creating a slippery slope toward censorship that undermines democratic values. The context of this debate is crucial, as misinformation has become a significant problem in Australia and globally. Many Australians have fallen victim to scams propagated through false information online. Reports of fake financial products and misleading advertisements have proliferated, leading to substantial financial losses for unsuspecting citizens. Proponents of the bill argue that it is necessary to hold social media companies accountable and impose penalties for the dissemination of harmful misinformation. However, the coalition remains steadfast in its opposition, framing the issue as one of free speech. Critics within the party, including Senator Marlene Faruqi, have been accused of not adequately representing the concerns of Australians affected by these scams. This divergence within political ranks raises questions about the priorities of elected officials and their responsiveness to constituents' needs. The legislative landscape surrounding this bill appears precarious. With the coalition's resistance, the bill is in danger of becoming dead on arrival. Even if Labour manages to rally support from other parties, it remains uncertain whether they can secure the necessary votes. As discussions unfold in Parliament, the bill's fate seems increasingly bleak, with some predicting that it may not survive the upcoming vote. Linda, a commentator on the issue, expressed her disappointment in the coalition's decision, noting the importance of addressing the real and pressing concerns of Australians. Millions have been scammed and misled by false information on the internet, she remarked, highlighting the urgent need for legislative action. The potential consequences of inaction are dire, as many victims are left embarrassed and financially devastated. As the debate continues, the coalition's strategy raises questions about their commitment to protecting Australians from the harms of misinformation. While they argue for the preservation of free speech, many believe that these principles should not come at the expense of allowing harmful misinformation to proliferate unchecked. In the coming weeks, the political maneuvering surrounding this bill will be closely monitored. If it becomes clear that the legislation is doomed to fail, there may be calls for a swift resolution rather than dragging out the process. The public's reaction to the coalition's stance will undoubtedly influence future discussions on misinformation and the role of government in regulating online content. Ultimately, the coalition's decision to oppose the Misinformation Bill is emblematic of a broader struggle between safeguarding free speech and protecting citizens from harm. As misinformation continues to pose a significant threat to individuals and society at large, the challenge remains how to strike a balance that upholds democratic values while ensuring the safety and well-being of all Australians.